Psychologist Jordan Peterson, and carnivore dieter, has come into fame for his words of wisdom in psychology, but he targets that psychology at political issues very often. That's where the fame has come from. And he's now gotten in hot water with the medical board, licensing people, and they'll be having a hearing to see if they're going to take away his license. His fans say he's not conservative. He's not conservative. He's just saying the truth. You know how that goes. Well, here's his daughter, Mikhaila Peterson, who is also famous for a bad reason, and her reaction to these hearings, and it sounds very right-wing.
Is threatening to take my dad's psychology license because he's been criticized.
Threat is a politicized word here.
The College of Psychologists, a bunch of people put in power by the government.
We put the government in power to form committees like this. It's called democracy, and apparently some of these people don't like democracy. What's the reason she gives? Listen to this bull crap reason.
Dad's psychology license because he's been criticizing the government. This isn't
wrong. This is a joke. These clownivores are jokes. Carnivores, right-wingers, they're all bullshitters. They're all nuts. You know Jordan Peterson, I hope. He is a certified nut. He's more nutty than most people I've seen in my government. This guy's way out there.
Do you believe in God?
What do you mean, do?
This isn't a joke. This has been torturing my family.
See, there's another hyperbolic word. She likes to use that. Horrible.
Seriously bullying my dad in a way.
No, there's another word that does not fit here. You see this way too much in the diet circles. Darren Ryder and Freely are bullying and doing all this other stuff, yet they're still not in prison.
It caused everyone in my family a lot of stress. I think it's
stress over what? Check out my comment. Your right turn is disappointing. Here, I'm being civil here so that people will listen to me because I know where I'm at. So I'm keeping it on the down low. You're acting like a I can't say those words. The biggest threat in the world now are these nuts being brainwashed by the Donald. That's the big problem. Not some medical board trying to protect the public by having regulations, which these right-wingers are against. So clear, people. You need to vote against these people. Well, you vegans, man. Every 2 years you get a chance to vote against carnivores like Mikhaila and their bullshit. It's just so many vegans don't realize that they're one and the same. The Republicans are just like these people, the same mentality, and they have the same agendas. Your father needs to retire. This guy's a stressed out mess, and he blames his fame and the political circles he's gotten into. Well, he could just step away. The guy's got enough money now, but she's famous. And we've seen that the law doesn't want to go after people who are famous in the political circles. They fear doing that because right-wingers will revolt. They're dangerous. That's well known now. So these right-wingers have intimidated the law into leaving them alone. Oh, and that thing with the Twitter hearings is an example of them doing that. It's projection. That hearing is projection.
Colleges are in charge of doctors, massage therapists, dentists. They've been around since about the 60s, and it turns out, which I guess isn't that surprising, they've been infiltrated by the government, and now it looks like they're being used.
See, this is shameful. She shouldn't have the right to do this, to go on social media and speak to 500,000 people, radicalizing more people into being gremlins on our society. They should be stopped.
To control particularly conservative working professionals.
This is a bullshit right-wing talking point that's been used heavily in the last year. And just a few days ago in the congressional hearing, this was majorly debunked. We were showed visual proof that it was the conservatives that were controlling places like Twitter. Just like I was talking about, they intimidated Twitter so that the rules would not apply to them.
Think you can trust your doctor to talk to you about anything?
He is a nut. He hasn't even been removed. If we did things like the Donald wants to, This guy would have just been taken off the streets and made to go swimming with a rock. And she would have been stopped from being able to put out this dangerous information. He still has his license, which means the system is overly fair. They have too much freedom.
He's getting investigated because of tweets he's tweeted, personal tweets, opinions.
No. See, this is false. And Vegan Gains was calling this out at length a few days ago. If you want to see that. It was a live video, so he doesn't keep those up. You can find that on the 2 a.m. Vegan channel. Vegan Gains really got into some politics, which I hardly ever hear. Oh, and y'all, if you haven't see my video a few videos back about Vegan Gains responding to one of my videos, which he's never done before. It was political. I was calling out his politics.
He said on Joe Rogan, it's such a scam too.
Joe Rogan. That interview where Joe Rogan interviewed Jordan Peterson recently. This was ridiculous. This was one of the most insane things ever seen. Joe Rogan, a guy who called himself a moron, interviewed Peterson, who a couple years ago said, "Don't take my diet advice. I don't know what I'm talking about." I think that's a quote.
I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
And in this interview, he said, turns out you don't need vitamin C unless you eat carbs. Right there, he should be jailed. This guy should be taken off the streets. He's a threat to civilization.
Requiring him to do media retraining. They decide whether or not he's learned anything and whether he can continue being a psychologist. This isn't even a process that goes to court. It's just this regulatory board of like 12 tyrannical individuals.
Another political word there. It's the same board that gave him his license. And you know, he doesn't even need a license. I practice psychology on the internet too. And you don't need a license to mouth off on YouTube. Here she is. This is all just a game. These Petersons know who their audience is. All these saps and pawns, all in agreement with her being wrong. Got a new comment here, an hour ago. Why are you projecting? Yourself are guilty. Did he respond back? Thank you. I think I can remember what I said here. So I made a statement from his perspective. So now I'm the one that's harassing, but not Mikhaila. And then I said, okay, balloon head. And so he says, thank you. See, they're trolls. All of them. Can't have a normal conversation with them because they're not interested in that. They're interested in trolling. Now for Veg Police. I ran into one of Veg Police's videos that was saying that Ryan from Happy Healthy Vegan was lying about him. No, he's the liar. We know this. It's amazing the lengths he will go to. Accuse Ryan of using his clips out of context. I was doing that on the daily with him. He never made a video about that. He made a video about Ryan because Ryan's popular. Has a lot of viewers, so he will get a lot of viewers. So I felt compelled to say all over again just how angry I still am and how bad of a person he is. I wasn't expecting him to reply back. It's been years. Thought he'd just ignore it. Like he's always ignored me. Mostly. And there was the video he made apologizing. 4 years ago. 5 maybe. And again surprised me. See his video. Happy Healthy Vegan. Willing to lie. Unbelievable, dude. Willing to lie for veganism. Just more anti-vegan crap. He was willing to lie about veganism too, but not for a good cause, not for his own monetary gain. So I told him how angry I still am, and how much of a bad person and scammer he is. So here's his comment. Carburetor, I'm sorry for insulting you all those years ago. But he's probably talking about the video, the comedy video. But he's already apologized for that, as he changed his ways. That's the important thing. What he's doing to veganism and the world, he probably just kept going with that. Okay, one more sentence here. Me and Brett. No, see, there you go. See, this is all water under the bridge. covered this. It was comedy. And yeah, they went real far with it to the point of not being funny anymore. But he's not apologizing for worse things he said in a comment 2 years later and what he's doing to veganism and to YouTube and just everything. He's just one of those people, internet gremlins, who's just willing to destroy anything for their own gain. See, me and Brett were dicks. I hope you're doing well. I'm not, by the way. I'm trying to detox stress, tension, and yeah, anger. I've been feeling it lately. Just getting really pissed. I have to avoid social media, news. Even Mikhaila, what she was doing pissed me off. They're ruining civilization for the rest of us. And I can imagine that he forgot about that comment that he left me. So what about this video? Why doesn't he apologize to Ryan? Why? I don't think I've looked at his channel in years. Has he changed? Well, I can guess. I can guess he's gone back in the last 3 years. I'll bet you he's gone back to veganism and then quit again. Cha-ching, bada bing, cha-ching. And probably other diets, maybe some I've never heard of. I wonder if he got into liver last year. He jumps on just everything that's trending. So let's go to his channel. Yeah, he acknowledges his videos went downhill when he removed the carbohydrates from his brain. Yet his viewership just went up higher. That's how social media works. So what's he doing now? Controversial fast, see? And look, the pictures are the same. The pictures are the same, people. 5-year transformation. Same picture, different color. It's so easy to fool people. Look, I do this for every video. I adjust, make a whole bunch of adjustments. See, look at this. Brightness, contrast, saturation, look. Turn myself white, no color at all. Get more color. White balance, gain. And then in the editor, you can do a whole bunch more stuff. But people don't think about that. Best fruitarian savory lunch confirmed. Except that picture's not fruitarian, see? So, you gotta click to see what the hell he's talking about. See, he hasn't changed at all. It's just trying to manipulate viewers. 7 wild reasons why raw vegans should stay in cold climates. Yeah, see, when you say something that's opposite of what everyone else says, that's logical, you get clicks. Superhuman health, yeah. Why everyone is going fruitarian this year? I haven't heard about that yet. Are liver flushes a scam? Do meat eaters know about this? So he's still playing the same game with vegans and carnivores. Basically a waste of time. Drinking your piss heals everything. Question mark in there, yeah. Eat more fat. Keto wins nothing. 1 meal a day. Oh, look, here he is, suggesting he was fat. Did that before, and looks pretty boring. What? Look at this! Just like I was predicting that he's been doing the last 3 years. Why I switched my diet from vegan to carnivore often. People are predictable.
Ooh, I wish that I was normal, just the same as Ted. Ted is very normal, and he gives really good head.
Live on like she's money. Take a balloon and go sailing.
While you two and the people slowly die. I've seen 12 balloons today. Is there nothing to keep those balloons away? But balloons are free to fly.
She's on the porch swing watching them fly.
In China, those are balloons all day. sits on the porch to watch the hardy fly.